What I wanted to talk with you about today, that you don't need to wait for another grown-up, so to speak, to come along and say, it's okay, you can do that. You can take the steps that you know you need to take today. Now, more specifically, because I understand that might sound a little bit cryptic, we did an exercise with some of our workshop warriors this morning, which is our program that sits above the engine room for our multi-7-figure shop owners who really are sitting at the top of their business tree and the coach for their team, but they don't play as much of an active role in the day-to-day on the floor in the workshop anymore. And I had them look at their monthly revenue for last month, and I had them divide that by the number of hours that they're working in a month, because that then gives us their effective hourly rate. So you would have heard me speak in here before about our effective labor rate, and that's where we can see the true amount of money that the business is earning in labor in an hour. But this calculation is actually all about the owner themselves. So when we do that calculation, we come up with a figure, and this is what the owner is worth to the business per hour. And when I got them to look at that, and then I said, now I want you to list the tasks that you're still doing for the business, and I want you to put an hourly rate next to those tasks. And some of those tasks might have been filing, bookkeeping, which is a $50 an hour task, filing, $20, $23 an hour task here in Australia. And then, there might be things that we're doing for the payroll, paying bills. Again, these are, at best at the $50 level bookkeeping, but they also may fall down into the $25 an hour tasks and pay rate. You may be doing posting onto social media. There may be all these things that you're still doing for the business that if you were not doing would give you more time to work on the business itself. So strategizing, thinking about filling the gaps in terms of recruitment, even organizing for new business development. If you're not doing these smaller tasks that can be delegated away from you, then you're not sitting in this higher space where our warriors do sit in order to maximize your role in the business. And it is as simple as me pointing this out to these guys as they have a light bulb moment and they go, oh my God, and they start to delegate away so that they are even more so being able to rise to the top of their business tree. Now, does that mean that you're investing in more dollars in wages or contractors? Yeah, absolutely it does. But any hire that we make is going to directly contribute to our ability to make even more money if we make the right hire. So eventually, the gain from delegating these things away will come to your bottom line in the form of additional net profit. But where we need permission is to be able to put your foot on the pedal with this, or take your foot off the brake, because you've got it in your mind that you should still be doing some of this mundane stuff, or this stuff that is technically below your pay grade. So I'm here today to give you permission to do exactly the same exercise and start getting some of those things off your plate. Now, yes, if you're a small auto repair shop, you're going to say to me that you can't. And there are times in your business owner life cycle where you are not in a position to delegate away working on cars or answering phones or doing invoices because you simply don't have the manpower. But what you do want to do as much as possible is start to think about these things. You need an org chart, an organization chart that you have prepared for the business of 5 years' time, not the one that is describing exactly how your business looks today, because today you might wear all the hats. In 5 years' time, you want other people wearing those hats so that you are doing activities that mean that you're driving the business as opposed to doing all of the roles in the business. So if you don't have an organizational chart, I want you to get onto one of those ASAP, and there's lots that you can Google online about that so that you can start to cost out what it looks like for you to have people in these roles of the future. And if you already have a sizable team, then you really need to start looking at what your effective hourly rate is and how many $10, $20, and $50 an hour tasks you still do, because you believe for some reason, whether it's that you're faster, you should be showing the team that you're still getting in there and working hard. That's another belief that people hold on to. But you should be looking at delegating those off your your plate. And, if it's both husband and wife in the business, often there's a little bit of friction when one of the spouses starts to want to delegate some things away from them to make their role lesser in the business. So you have to have a conversation around that stuff. Ideally, you're in business to create a better life. So what is it that the two of you want together? And how do you both grow so that you're able to spend more time doing the things you love, which may not necessarily be at work? So a number of our Workshop Warrior clients are couples who are working on rising to the top of the business tree together so that they can both exit the business together in the form that suits them. So we have one couple who has a plan on track that they only go to work on Tuesday and Thursday together. And this is a business where the husband was on the tools all the time not so long ago, and the wife was on the front desk all the time not so long ago. So sometimes you need permission to even believe this is possible. And you might not think it's possible because you've never seen it, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. So take my permission today to start thinking and dreaming about this stuff. So I'm giving you the permission today.